What did social class look like 5,000 years ago in ancient Sumer? And why might it feel familiar to this day? The Sumerians living in the first true cities of Mesopotamia built a society rooted in both religion and rivalry. Each city had its own gods and temples, yet across the region, the cultural patterns looked strikingly similar. Scarcity of farmland, water, and trade routes kept them competing, sometimes violently, for survival. Inside their cities, social life was strictly divided. At the very top were the elites, kings, nobles, priests, and their families. They controlled not only religion and politics, but the economic lifeblood of the city. Palaces and temples weren't just symbols of power, they were centers of administration and wealth. Below them were dependent commoners. These men and women were legally free but worked temple or palace lands, receiving food and shelter instead of independence, providing them some stability in a chaotic society. Most Sumerians, however, were free commoners. Farmers, artisans, merchants, fishermen, and scribes made up the bulk of the population. Over 90% worked the land, growing barley or tending animals. Scribes stood out. Trained in cuneiform, they could secure positions in temples, palaces, or merchant houses, and their literacy gave them a disproportionate power. At the bottom of the hierarchy were slaves. Slavery in Sumer wasn't based on race. People could be enslaved through war, crime, or crushing debt. Some could eventually earn or buy their freedom, but many were treated as property, branded, or beaten, and their labor was key in fueling the economic engine of the city. Gender roles cut across these divisions. Society was patriarchal, but women weren't invisible. Queens and priestesses managed estates, some women ran businesses, and daughters inherited dowries. While men dominated politics and war, women could still wield influence depending on their class and status. The result was a society that feels both ancient and strangely familiar. Elites controlled land and wealth, the majority worked to get by, and the poorest carried the heaviest burdens, not entirely unlike today. But culture isn't just about social stratification. It's also about innovation and opportunities. We'll see how Sumerians pioneered science and technology. Until then, don't forget to like, share, follow, and until next time, stay curious.